We would like to focus our attention on this topic, which is the climate crisis and the extent of its impact on Asia. May I introduce to you the speaker, Attorney Antonio Gabriel Maestrado Vina. He is a Filipino lawyer, educator, and environmental policy expert. Until 2019, he was chairman of Partnership Council, Partnership for the Environmental Management of East Asia. Attorney Lavina will speak for 20 minutes. May I call Attorney Lavina to the podium.
Thank you. I am doing this from the Philippines, actually from Mindanao, the island of Mindanao, Cagayan de Oro, where I am. I was here for meetings related to climate justice. I apologize for not being able to go to Thailand for this meeting and do this in person. My topic is the climate crisis and the extent of its impact on Asia. What must the church in Asia do to heal the universe? I think the right question is, what must the church in Asia do to help everyone in the world, everyone in our region, to heal the universe? Because the church will not be able to do this alone. It can do this only collectively with all churches, all religions, and all peoples of the world. Let me begin through an update on the science of climate change. And we're lucky because the process is still going on. There's still a final report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. But they've actually released already 3 of the working group assessments or reports, with only the final summary still pending. Actually, soon it will be released in time for the next meeting of the Climate Convention in Egypt in November 2022. Here are some of the findings that are important for us in Asia and the Pacific. And then I will actually then talk about its impact, how to download this to our region. What is the impact of climate change in our region? So the first message from the 6th assessment report of this official science body of the United Nations on climate change is this. It is unequivocal. There is no doubt that human influences harm the atmosphere, ocean, and land. Widespread and rapid changes in the atmosphere, ocean, cyrosphere, and biosphere have occurred. In other words, human beings have changed the world and have changed the world considerably and in a harmful way, as I will show in a while. Second finding from the 6th assessment report, global warming of 1.5 Celsius and 2.0 Celsius will be exceeded during this say by 2030, we have to reduce emissions 40%, so that by 2050, we are no longer adding emissions, or we will do what's called net emissions, because there are also absorptions of emission. By 2050, that's the goal. Otherwise, we will exceed 1.5 and 2 degrees. And the consequence of that is terrible. Global warming exceeds 1.5 Celsius let's say by 2050. Sometimes it already does that a day or two a week, but it's not yet the norm. But if it's to be the norm in 2040 and 2050, many human and natural ecosystems will face additional severe risks compared to if we remain below 1.5 Celsius. These are called tipping points. If we continue to emit as much as we are emitting now, if we continue to warm the earth as much as we are warming now, there will be many tipping points that will lead to severe impacts all over the world, especially up. Human-induced climate change will mean more frequent and intense extreme weather events, typhoons, droughts. It will cause widespread adverse impacts on people beyond natural conditions. There will always be change. There will always be storm. There will always be rain. But God created the world, God is not, but not designed. The world is not designed to harm the world, destroy the world. And the most vulnerable people in the system are the disproportionately affected. Poor countries and poor people in all countries are the ones most affected, even have been affected. As I said, I am actually in now, I see in Laudato, the bishop is there. And I was traveling yesterday from Bukidnon for actually sisters give briefing also on this. Going down, we got caught for 3 hours in traffic because of the severe the impacts of public health will be serious and severe. More dengue, more malaria, even more dengue could be worse even than the coronavirus. And as I said, rising weather and climate change that massive weather impacts natural systems are being. What does this mean for Asia? For your areas, for your dioceses, for your relatives? Well, in general, Asia is the largest country and is part of coastal cities and towns of all other cities in the world combined. Which is more people in the region from sea level rise and severe weather in places that all cities combined, Africa, Europe, Africa, but more they're all agriculture, fisheries, severe compromise livelihoods, increase social conflict, increase social inequality, and accelerate social.
Tony, can you stop your
Island states and
Tony?
small
Can you
islands.
stop your screen sharing and keep only the audio? Because not very clear.
The audio is not clear.
The audio is okay, but stop the screen sharing.
It's online.
But the PowerPoint is not.
You only keep the PowerPoint and speak. Yeah, stop the video.
Okay. But keep the PowerPoint. It's fine.
You can stop the video.
Okay, I'll turn the video off. Okay. But will you see the PowerPoint?
Yeah. Stop the video.
Let me do that now. Is that okay? Can you see the PowerPoint?
Much clearer.
Okay, I'll proceed now. In Asia has more people, I said, in coastal cities than all other cities in the world combined. More people in coastal areas than all other continents in the world. So we will have more people threatened by climate change than all other continents all over the world. Let's be very clear about that. And agriculture, fisheries, and biodiversity will be severely affected, compromising livelihoods and increasing social conflict. And specifically in Asia and Oceania, our island states, and also small islands in bigger countries like the Philippines, Indonesia, even Malaysia, will be most at risk to climate change. Because of sea level rise, because of typhoons, we are even talking about extinction of these island states, basically that you have to evacuate them, or they'll be in perennial flooding all year. South Asia, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, we saw that just this week, in the last few weeks. Extreme increases in heat and humidity, affecting workability and livability, extreme weather events. By 2050, in displaced countries, average temperatures are projected to rise by 2 to 4 degrees. Southeast Asia, a little bit better, but still very bad. Extreme increases also in heat and humidity by 2050. And extreme precipitation or rainfall events, typhoons. We are seeing that actually in the Philippines as well, and all different islands, the different countries in Southeast Asia. Northeast Asia, Japan, and the Koreas will not be spared as well by typhoon and extreme precipitation events. The effect on water supply and drought actually will be main challenges in Northeast Asia. China, because of its geography, would experience all this range of impacts we talked about. Even Australia and New Zealand, the probably least affected with agriculture, possibly net beneficiary, are suffering droughts, floods, and forest fires. So the impacts all of the regions in Asia, the Pacific, are really severe and serious. And time is running out for us. There's a tug of war between developed and developing countries in trying to fix this problem. And the tug of war means we're running out of time to set back the clock at least so we can adapt better to climate change and not get to the world that's 1.5 degrees and that is really what we prevent. Even if the world is less than 1.5, our probably 1.2, 1.3 is already very challenging. But we cannot reverse that. But 1.5, we can stop getting. So now I'm down to my last 2 slides. Responses. Responses are clear. We need to adapt. We need resilience. But we have to avoid what the scientists call maladaptation, the wrong way to adapt, which includes also the poor suffer adaptation measures by taking them away from where they live on the pretext that it's dangerous, but not putting them in better places. I think every country in the world is to mitigate and aim for low carbon economy versus a fossil fuel high emission economy. Stopping total withdrawing all fossil fuel to power transportation ecosystems. No more development regression. Money is unsustainable. Forestry and land that is unsustainable. Plantations, deforestation by burning forests. We need what's called nature-based solutions that emphasize biodiversity and food security. And I always emphasize the importance of respecting human rights of peoples when we make hard decisions about the climate emergency. The climate emergency should not be an excuse to further marginalize the poor, especially peoples, farmers, local communities, women, children, people with disabilities, and workers. So we always call for what's called a just transition for farmers, workers, people, and other marginalized sectors. They are already suffering the most from climate change. They should not suffer the most from our climate change measures. And globally, those of us who are involved in the conversations, our priority is putting in place laws and mechanisms at the international level so that there is support for people, countries, communities who suffer loss of life and damage to property because of climate change. That is now a discussion that is happening at the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change that met in Glasgow a year ago and meeting in Egypt in November and meeting, I think, in Dubai in our region next year. Of course, at the international level, that's not enough. We also have to do things at the local level, our families, our communities, the way we eat, the way we work, the way we use energy at home and at work. That's important as well. And let me go now to my last point. It doesn't take rocket science for the church in Asia to respond to the climate crisis. I think Laudato and Fratelli are enough points there. And we'll talk about that when we have the bishops and colleagues talking about that. But I would like to stress the prophetic role of the church today. The truth is that we are still destroying the world. The truth is corporations and governments are still increasing the severity, the seriousness of climate change. So the church must have a prophetic role to condemn that and to call for change, conversion at the structural level. I think the church has a role to play, as I said, to ensure that human rights, and in particular intergenerational equity, climate justice, are the norms that are used to address climate change globally, nationally, and at all levels. A just transition is also an action point for the church so that people do not suffer as we respond to climate change. And then finally, in terms of doing things on the ground, a stewardship and leadership role is really important. Leadership role internationally through the Vatican. You know, the Vatican rarely becomes a party to adventure. But just a few months ago, the Vatican has become a party as a nation state to the climate change convention. And we welcome that. We hope the Vatican state will be an ally to developing countries in Egypt and the future. Originally, perhaps the FABC to share resources, for example, like what we're doing now sharing knowledge. That's important. At the national level, certainly uh, bishops in the Philippines, Catholic very strong development aggression on environmental issues. Pastoral statement as well as decisions like divestment on are very important because you have to walk the talk if you want to play a prophetic role successfully. Sectorally, we have to push back on fossil fuels, coal, natural gas, our targets now, oil, of course. Internally, we need to look at our own institutions. Are we supporting a world that is burning, an economy that is the world? Are we investing in oil, in coal, in mining? Our education institutions, are we preparing our people for what's to come? And also preparing them for this time. And then, of course, at the local level, some practical things, station infrastructure, the way we design our churches, the way we design our schools, the education systems we have in schools. The schools for indigenous people in Island now that's a big thing there in the frontiers. Unfortunately, they have been attacked by the government a lot these past 6 years. So there are many things we can do different level. I think it depends on where we are, what is our state. But we can help heal the world, help heal our region, not heal it by ourselves because we're not going to not succeed by ourselves. This is all of the world, all of the global community approach needed, but certainly the church in Asia can contribute to getting everyone to work. Thank you very much. And that.
Attorney Andy Lavina, thank you so much for addressing us, giving us a scientific analysis. Most of us are laymen to that approach. With the dark picture that you have painted, you have also given us hope. Thank you so much. And you have called us to play our proper role of stewardship and leadership, and also called us to reread Laudato Si. Thank you very much, Attorney Lavina.
Thank you.
Now let us spend 2 minutes in silence, in prayer. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit,